Yo, what's up, guys? It's Matt here. I just decided I wanted to do a little video just to show you guys, what I do and how I do it, and just share with you years of audio engineering experience and whatnot, and try to help. This is just gonna be a long friggin' video just about me just doing what I do. So a lot of you guys probably saw this guitar in my videos. This is a Fender clone, but it's actually really close to sounding like Fender. Like, it's really nice. I can give you a little demo here if you guys want. So you can see it's really good for metal. I was actually surprised when I picked this up. I'm still trying to dial in like a metal tone for this, but I've had some success so far. So let me just show you guys my other guitar. It's not one I track with because I like to track with this Fender clone. But I had a real Stratocaster and a real SG back in the day, but I got my friend to make me clones of them so I could sell them off for some profit. So this one was made by J&D Louvers. That was a Behringer Fender Stratocaster clone. This is a Gibson SG clone from J&D Louvers. Now, I could not get a very good tone out of this no matter what I did. So really, all this guitar is for playing live or just jamming. So it's a nice guitar. It looks pretty cool. I actually did try this out with like some hard rock stuff. It really is whatever. It really depends on how much money you're willing to spend, and how much time you want to put into getting that tone that you want, crafting that tone that you want, and that's something I'm gonna try to talk to you guys today. Some guitars you'll find they won't have any tone. What you want to do is when you buy a guitar, you want to make sure that it has a good tone when you're using like a stock preamp. Just crank that to overdrive, and if it sounds good, then you're going to be able to craft yourself a really good tone. Example, with this Fender clone, I was able to get a freaking killer tone out of this. Listen to this shit. You see, it's really nice. You can do some really cool stuff with the harmonics and be like, solos are really nice on this as well. So this is a really good all-round good guitar. It's pretty much really good all-rounder. So as you can see here, I have a noise gate up and noise reduction in Guitar Rig 5. That usually gets rid of all that shit, but I haven't really played with that enough yet to get a really good sound. So this is a really versatile guitar. Like, you can do all sorts of stuff with this. It's crazy. Like, so because like you can buy like guitars these days, like really cheap ones, like the Warlock from BC Rich, and they're only like $400, and they're perfect for heavy metal, thrash metal, death metal. I mean, this guitar is really good for like clean stuff, and I'll actually demonstrate you how good this is clean. And I'll just go into the clean rack mount I got. Like, this is insane for clean stuff. That's pretty out of tune, but you get the message. This is a very versatile guitar. I have an acoustic too, but it's really beat up. Hang on, I'll be right back. So anyway, I'll just pull up some other songs here. I'll show you an example of how good the Fender can sound with the right amp settings and whatnot. Friggin' Reaper doesn't crash on me again. No, don't save. No, I changed some stuff. I don't want to save that. I just got this camera back from Canon because it's just screwed up. I need a new one. Might save up to buy a 700D. This is a 550D I'm using now, so pretty old. I'm surprised I'm able to record video still, but yeah, it's pretty much unusable for like professional stuff. So that's why I'm just letting it record me now while I'm in the studio fucking around. So, you know, it really depends how much money you want to spend. I mean, because finances, you know, if you don't have enough money and you want to get a Les Paul guitar, you're gonna fork out like $1,000 or whatever. Or if you want to buy a friggin' BC Rich Flying V Kerry King signature or whatever, you gotta fork over a couple thousand or $1,000 or whatever. You know, you really need to find what's the best like semi-professional like sort of entry level, you know, metal guitar for you. Would it be the BC Rich Warlock, or you know, some people prefer the Jackson. I know a lot of people use Jacksons as well, and you can actually get the Jackson V-shaped thing for pretty cheap, like 800. It's not too bad. I know a lot of people use Jacksons. I know a lot of people especially use the Floyd Rose bridges on them, or a tremolo bridge with whammy bar or whatnot. Oh yeah, I freaking broke my freaking whammy bar. Because it's perfect for my Fender clone because of the solos you can do with it. But I think I threw it in the bin. I'm not sure. The whole whammy bar snapped off of this while I was trying to track, and a piece of the bolt is stuck in the hole where the tremolo bridge is, right here. So yeah, I have to fix that. I have to get like a bolt extractor to pull that out so I can put a new bar onto this. You know, because I was doing crazy solos with that, it just snapped off. I'm like, oh shit. Alright, so here's the track I tracked with the Fender with. So let's listen to this shit, Disconnect. The song's called. Sort of a really rough demo right now. As you can see, that's a really good sound. I put the solo in here as well. I tracked it. Bass. So as you can see, the Fender is really nice sounding. Now let's unsolo these ones and listen to the whole thing like with all the tracks, and it's like. Just sounds amazing. So yeah, that's the sort of sound you can get out of these guitars if you put enough time. Obviously, I'm not finished with this album yet, so I still need some more time to work on the other tracks and try to match these settings with the other songs, so I have a consistent sounding album. So that's the main challenge, really, with doing a studio album. You got to make sure it sounds consistent. So you got to make sure your guitar is set the same. Using the same amp sim, same settings. But, you know, you want to play around with the solos, maybe change some stuff up for them, which I have done. I added a bit more kick to the solo sound tone. Another key to my sound is the wah pedal. It's sort of the digital wah pedal that comes with Guitar Rig. Sort of gives it a more of a authentic sound to it. I might as well show you guys the acoustic. So this is one of my babies, like literally. This thing, I've had this since I started playing guitar, pretty much. It's an Ashton. Really nice bridge, really simple bridge. Really, it's nothing too complicated. It's just, you know, it's aqua colored. And it'll probably show up as blue on the camera. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. You get a magnificent sound out of this. It's just incredible how good this sounds. It's out of tune, but you know, you get a really Like, you get a really, really nice sound out of this. I love this guitar to death. It's really bottom line. I freaking love this thing. I don't know what I'd do if I broke it or snapped it off, you know. It's just a wonderful piece of craftsmanship. It's just got that signature sound to it that I use with all of my songs, and I just think it just sounds amazing. You know, it's really, it really comes down to just this acoustic when it's fully tuned, of course, not when it's sounding like that. And, you know, the Fender for tracking and the SG clone for live shows or jamming. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. That's my whole setup for gear. Amplifiers, well, they're in the cupboard now. Couldn't really be bothered pulling them out, but I had a Line 6. I had a couple of, you know, Mesa. That's the bottom line, really. I'm just trying to work on all this stuff. Try to give it a nice thing, because, you know, I really love, like, the whole process of recording and creating music. It's therapeutic in a way. It helps me forget about a lot of the shit that's going on. So, yeah, that's really the bottom line. Like, I like Floyd Roses, I like Fenders, Gibson SGs. You know, I might play around later on, and when I want to make a new album, I might eventually buy a Warlock or a BC Rich Flying V or something similar to that. Because I like Kerry King's range of guitars. I like Pat O'Brien's guitars from Pat O'Brien from Cannibal Corpse. He plays BC Rich Flying V's as well. He tracked with Flying V's and stuff for the new album, so, you know, it's got that really crunchy sound to it. So anyway, like, I like to use Reaper for making rap beats as well. So let me just quickly pull up one of those I was working on. Reaper Beat 1, there it is. Just to show you guys that Reaper can do beats. So I like to use Reaper for production, musical production for, like, television or whatever, so sometimes I play around with that and just see what I can come up with, and just roll with it, I guess. Anyway, you know, it's like, it really boils down to, you know, what you want your mix to sound like, because, you know, sometimes if you want to have a nice crunchy mix, sometimes the mix will come out really shit, and, you know, you'll be spending hours trying to tweak it so it sounds good. Well, the bottom line is you need to have a really good signal to start with, otherwise it's never going to sound good. I mean, you can tweak it all you want, but if you've got a really bad, like, input, you're going to have a really nasty output. That's what I found with the SG clone. No matter what I did, it would sound like shit. Because, well, the pickups are stock, and, you know, so you need to have a good input. You need to have a clean tone, which is dynamic in a way that you can manipulate it to its maximum potential and create whatever tone you want. So there's the beat. Get a nice little sounding beat out of that. Just playing around with different instruments on there and trying to get like a really, put some samples in there as well, then the rap and vocals kick in or whatever. You know, I have a little bit of trouble trying to get the levels right for the drums and all that, so sometimes I play around with them. You know, it really is whatever. Must to piss me off, this does everything I do, says a bit. You know, and it just goes on like that, 4 layers of vocals or whatnot. I use my microphone, my current mic is a Rode NT1A. Sorry. I used to use NT2As and whatnot, but I got rid of those because I just thought that was just a waste of money. So, you know, because I compared sound with that, and there's literally no difference. There's a lot of brightness, maybe too much for my liking, so I like to, like, equalize the highs in my vocals, bring them down slightly, so that it's not saying, you know what I mean? And, you know, that seems to work with a lot of the new stuff I've done with Eric and you know, a lot of other rappers and producers and musicians and whatever. So yeah, bottom line, most guitars, like, if you want to craft a tone, you got to make sure that, you know, you're willing to spend time on your mix either way. I'm not saying you should be able to just jump straight into it and get the perfect tone. I mean, even if you got a good signal going in, you know, if you don't have a good amp sim or you don't have good analog gear connecting to your computer to record on, you know, you're gonna have a bad time. And that's I'm not trying to be funny. That's really it. You're gonna have a really bad time. You're just gonna be pulling your hair out of your head because you won't be able to get the sound you want, no matter what. For most metal guitarists or thrash metal guitarists, you know, they always use industry standard amps to track on, or amp sims to track on. So let's check out the. No, I guess that's pretty much it, you guys. Thanks for watching, I guess. Just figure out what you're gonna do and happy jamming, guys. Chill out and relax, and hope you guys enjoy your day. Blah blah blah. Thanks for watching my video. I might be a bit more prepared next time instead of just being on the spot like this. So I might actually be able to talk to you a bit more about guitars and tones and whatnot, because I really love talking about that, because you know, it interests me, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys, and good night.